So we go again. A Blackcurrant Titania in a 3 litre pot. Why did I buy this? Who knows? £12.99. I think this was a case of me visiting a garden centre with cash in my pocket, and when I have cash in my pocket I want to get rid of it. So if anyone's interested, there's the label. Blackcurrant's ready to harvest mid to late summer. Grows 1.5 metres by 1 metres. If I bring you in, the only reason I might have thought this was nice is because of the twin trunk. I have no idea. So I'm going to take it. The rose that I did was in a pot this high and it was an absolute nightmare. So I'm going to take it out of the pot and we'll see what we've got. There we go. So, big old pot, but feels oddly hollow. There we go. Right. Hello, little worm. Let's take you out. We can pop you. Oh. Come on, mate. You'll go to a better home. There we go. Chuck you into the wet soil there. Freedom for that little fella. Lots of fresh roots. Couple of big boys. So let's get stuck in and see what we've got. Hopefully most of this just falls away. So while I'm doing this, I watched a video from UK Bonsai guy called Xavier a day or two ago, and he was talking about his YouTube channel specifically. Obviously all he does is bonsai, but he was talking about the analytics and how he also said he monetizes his channel because he's got high viewership, and he was talking about how he looks at the reach of different videos, different styles of videos, and sees what he can learn from them to broaden the reach of his other videos. And he was talking about shorts as well, and how shorts need monstrously high viewing numbers to make any money. So after I'd watched it, because it's a separate YouTube app that contains all the analytics, and I downloaded it out of intrigue and spent about 20 minutes on there, and then deleted it because there's another little worm, or big worm. Let's get you out. There's a whole garden here for you to aerate, mate. There you go. Yeah, I deleted it because I just thought it's taken. I started recording videos for no other reason than something to look back on in the future, and see the progress of the trees that I've got. And that's it. And don't get me wrong, I love that people watch them and comment on them. I really do like that. But as soon as I start thinking about how I can change how I record videos to reach a wider audience, or to target certain demographics, or what time of day I should upload them to get the biggest number of views, I think I'm losing sight of why I started, or I would be losing sight of why I started recording these and putting them on YouTube in the first place, you know? I would hate for what I do to be dictated by other people, you know. And I like Xavier's videos. I think some of his content's fantastic and he's very knowledgeable, but I guess you can see it in the videos that he does, because he will say, right, today I'm going to be working on this tree, but more of that later, and then go on to a different tree or a different message, different piece of his story. And I just think it's all designed to keep people watching those videos as long as possible. And that, for me personally, it just switches me off a little bit. Like, I watch YouTube videos because I want to learn about messes like this. I don't need to be captured with certain approaches, you know. And having said that, I get why some people who are monetizing their channel, are able to monetize their channel, will give consideration to that. But for me, you know, as I say, it's nice that people watch them and it's nice that people like them and comment on these, but ultimately I couldn't care less, to be honest. Like, this is all just a video diary for me to look back on in years to come, and that is it. So anyway, onto this beautiful selection of roots. I've got a choice. I can either keep that as the trunk, or take it right up. Now firstly, I need to get rid of these bits where there's right angles, so it has to come off here, and these scissors aren't going to be the right tool for the job. I don't know why I attempted it. So that has to happen because they all just curved off. So now the question is, do I take the trunk up or down? And do you know what? I feel like I'm going to take it up to where my thumb is. There's some roots coming out, but there's a big bare gap there, so I'm going to go up to there. And then that big one's coming off. Is it? Yeah, it's just too big. We're not left with much at all, but what we are left with is all that I want. And if it doesn't survive, it doesn't survive. That will be on me. That needs to come off. See that? It looks almost like a maggot reaching upwards. So I'm going to just trim it because there's a root coming off it going downwards. Don't know why I could try and use those scissors. They're not made for thick, woody. Okay. So, not many roots left, so I don't really want to trim these anymore unless there's anything absolutely outrageous that I can spot. that one. No, I think we're good. So that might actually. No, that's not wise. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in this. This was what the other potential berry was in earlier. So I'm going to pot it in there, in some bonsai soil, and leave it be. So, beginning to sound like Arnie, aren't I? I'll be back. Right, no fancy edits. I've buried it quite deep just so I don't need to wire it in. I don't want to wire this in. So I've buried it deeper just to keep a bit of balance. Otherwise it would have been very top heavy. Realistically, this will need at some point to be cut back quite drastically. Let me just zoom out a little bit. In fact, no, that would, yeah, I'll zoom out just a touch. So we've got a bud developing there. It'll be nice just to chop the top of that off. And then a couple of buds here after this. I don't know what that is. Maybe where it was cut previously. I would ideally like to have it bud back further down there, but there doesn't seem to be anything. Oh, there's something underneath it there. Look, so that could be a potential cut in the future. But for now, there's some buds there. For now, that will do. I'll put this back on the shelf and forget about it for a few months anyway.